Right now, if you listen very faintly, you can hear football chants. More creepy though, guy with no face. Doesn't also appear to be anyone else here, which is slightly worrying. Okay, brace it. No amount of alcohol-tinged breath could be enough to prepare me for the bar's smell, surely. Mother always talks about how awful bars are, and how that's why she only ever drinks at home. Oh, good. Okay, so it was her mum we saw drinking before. Sweaty and piggish and smelling like failure. This can only lead to misery. Oh, good. Slowly, I part the fingers over my nostrils. It does not smell at all. Cut that out, Winter. You look ridiculous. Hey, leave me alone. I've been misled. But what bar smells like that? Oh, God. She's been going to too many bars up in Southend or wherever the fuck that is. Southend? Yeah, Southend. Slowly, I put my hand down, but not without glaring at Cyrus. He ignores this, of course, and walks over to an empty table to have a seat. He then pats the top of the chair next to him, inviting me. Well, whatever. Are they just going to let me have a... That's Bryden, of course they will. I follow his lead, still cautious of this place. Notice how there's only a few people here, although it's lunch hour? What do you imagine that means? Most people here really like to work. They're being forced to work. Or maybe they really have to. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's probably a good thing this place is so empty. Too many customers might be a bit overwhelming for you. Can also make it rather difficult to actually find out anything. Yep, they'll all be oogling over you. I see. There are actually 4 other people in the bar besides us, all of whom are men, and all thrice my age by the looks of it. Alright, well now all we have to do is find out how old they are, and we'll find out how old I am. The 2 who seem to be customers are dressed in a rather rough manner, like they've just walked out of a construction site. They probably have. Were you not listening to that broadcast earlier? I'm not the type to pride myself on appearance or anything, but I actually feel slightly embarrassed for them. They aren't the first in this world to look so deplorable, though. Wow! What a judger, just sitting there like, oh, you look terrible, darling. Oh, you've got to go and whip up some fashion into those pants. Whatever. In fact, I would say they look fairly good by comparison. Most people I've seen look like they picked their outfits from piles of rags. What the fuck? Why are you insulting them? First it was, well, they don't look too they look pretty shitty. And then it was, well, actually, I've seen people who look even shittier. Bloody hell. Thankfully, the other 2, both in uniform, are very presentable. The waiter, or he's probably the waiter, looks rather spiffy. Spiffy? People use that? And the man behind the counter is quite cleanly dressed. So this world is not entirely hopeless. Okay, I forgot. If you don't dress in a suit and rather snappy, you're fucked. If we're going to judge anyone's fashion sense here, hang on a minute. I mean, you are literally wearing something which is just about covering your waist. Oh dear. But enough about men in clothes. The wall behind the counter is far more interesting. There are 2 lengthy rows of wildly varying bottles, some round, some square, and some outright peculiar. Admittedly, I am enticed. Only for a second, I assure you, after all. I have been told that alcohol tastes like piss. Oh, God. Yeah, it does from like fucking 8 years old, but then you learn to love beer and everything's fine again. Well, I wouldn't know myself. I've never tried it. What? What? You've never tried alcohol? Why do you look so sad for never trying alcohol? No, piss. Oh. I was going to say, for someone who was preaching literally just minutes ago about you should drink. And then he's just like, oh, never tried it. Doesn't even make sense. It isn't the best until you get used to it. That aside, I've also been told that it'll make you act like a twit, cause bouts of forgetfulness, and slowly poisons your liver. Yep, that sounds about right. Well, it's good that, we've got liver. That is true to a point. Eventually, you become addicted to it. Not everyone does, but there's a possibility. This is properly sounding like someone who, like the alcohol people have come around. And like, you mustn't drink much, but you can drink up to 3 units a day. I was like, wait, what? I can drink 1.5 pints a day? That's going to fuck me over if I do that for 50 years, isn't it? Well, then why drink it? Some people enjoy losing control over themselves, and many love to forget. You'll see for yourself and be able to form your own opinion soon. I would rather not. Honestly, I am more than fine with following the popular opinion. It is often correct and has saved me a lot of trouble in the past. And what's the popular opinion? That alcohol sucks? You don't know what you're missing out on, love. While my thoughts wander to safer days, the man who I believe is the waiter comes to our table. What can I get you? 2 beers, any brand you'd like. Coming right up. That's not a pint. You order a beer, you get a fucking bottle of beer. You order a pint, you get a pint. Disliking you because of that, Cyrus. When he departs, I found myself curious about 2 things. Firstly, I have to drink 2 beers. One's for Cyrus, one's for Winter. It's perfectly normal for people to buy you drinks and not want to shag out of it. God, it's like buying a game for a friend and they immediately think, oh, hang on a minute. You want to shag me? It's like, what? No. What's all about fucking game with you twat? Oh, well. No, one is for me. Why would you want to drink one? I'm one of the people who enjoy losing a bit of control over themselves. I would not have pegged him the sort. At any rate, the second thing. What's a brand, sir? Does it have something to do with fire and iron? Any make, any design, any company brand? You know, you get it. Pardon? Well, we used to brand cattle and other animals with a symbol that would associate them with their farmer, right? That is, if I remember my history. That was with fire and iron, so this is something similar? No, he's not going to get 2 bottles and just be like, X, and I will brand this one with a circle. Doesn't work that way. Whatever. I'm not saying something stupid, am I? Is it how the alcohol is made, perhaps? Are the ingredients burned in some way before they're officially beer? No. Maybe with some sort of spiritual symbol? Spiritual symbol. They call them spirits, sir. There must be a reason for that, right? That's a good point. Why do we call any sort of liquor, as the Americans would call it, a spirit? So that's what we do in England. Vodka, whiskey, rum, it's all spirits. I have no idea why. He seems unimpressed. Why isn't he saying anything? Or is it has something to do with real spirits? Like some sort of rite where each batch is brewed in honor of someone who's died? Oh. What? No! You're so wide off the mark, Winter. Whatever. I mean, I've read these places can be very strange, and... am I close? Oh, please let me be close. No. No, you are not close. Crap, I should have shut up way earlier. Why'd I ramble like that? Now I look like a fool. I pity the fool. Honestly, though, I'm a little disappointed. Some fantasy would have been nice. Winter, I'm starting to think you've already got yourself drunk off the atmosphere. Oh, please. Here you go. Wow, is he throwing them all the way from over there? That's quite something. The waiter has returned bearing 2 tall and thick tankards foaming at the brim. This definitely isn't England. You serve a pint with no head. That's it. No foamy shit at the top. All beer or nothing at all. Beer, right? I know more of vodka and wines. It's not a tankard, is it? Alright, one is placed in front of Cyrus and the other in front of me. Enjoy. He leaves. I peek over my cup's lip and peer into his mouth. The beverage does not take kindly to my curiosity, bubbling and spitting at me. It's called carbonation. I withdraw with a start. How intimidating. Just fucking drink it, dear Lord. Sir? Don't be such a baby, it won't kill you. There will be much worse things you'll have to swallow than alcohol, trust me. Oh my god! That is not very reassuring at all. Is that just going to be like the after party once we're both drunk? Right then, come on, Winter. We're going to the bathroom and we're going to be swallowing another variety of liquid. Oh my god, let's just move on. It sounds as though Cyrus is perfectly fine with bending over should the situation demand it. Ingesting things like this? Ingesting worse than this? Allow me to apologise, Cyrus, but I'm not a wimp. I know when to draw the line. It is quite the opposite of weakness, really. It's strength. No one is going to be forcing me to do anything I don't agree to. That said, I did say I would drink some of this. That's not being strong, Winter. Lifting the glass with both hands, there's a handle for a reason, I gingerly tip it towards my lips and take in a mouthful. Bruh! Oh heavens, I do not want to drink this. I swish the liquid a bit, and it mixes with my saliva, and it seems nearly vicious even. I want to retch. This is simply the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. Okay, so she's still a virgin. Atrocious. It bullies the back of my throat with a sizzling, a burning sensation that is spread throughout my entire oral cavity. The ordeal lasts less than 10 seconds before I stop thinking and swallow it. Why didn't you swallow it immediately? That's weird. Oh, whatever. Blah. Blah. Oh, come on. Goosebumps ripple across my skin and my eyes water. The beer drains my esophagus, raising everything in its descent. That is disgusting. Cyrus proceeds to drain half of his glass with a speed rivaling my mother's, an expression as just as insensible. He has mummy issues by the looks of it. It amazes me he can stomach it, and even more that he is willingly subjecting himself to. Still a football in the background. Very, very persistent fans there. This is pretty okay, actually. Best I've had in a while. You're joking. That was worse than what I imagined piss to taste like. And the sensation, everything about it, it's disgusting. Honestly, I find myself at a loss for words here. This beverage is just nasty. Finish that glass and we'll move along. I'm not finishing this. Do it. Do it. I mock him. Don't take that tone. Just finish your glass. Oh god, I'm going to be in the toilets the next 2 hours. Finish my glass? I let my hands drop down with gravity and my cup crashing onto the table. This is what you want me to finish. Did the glass break? Because they're not going to be too happy about that. Then Cyrus, who am I quickly losing respect for? Yeah, I would be too at this point. I will drink this mug. In fact, I will finish it. If you do one thing for me in the future. Pardon? Okay, so it didn't smash. It isn't loud in here, Cyrus. I know that you heard me. Well then, what do you want me to do? Nothing now. The future is not now. Now is the present. The future is later, and I will tell you then. Oh, God, that sounds fucking ominous. You sure you're not drunk, Winter? Hush. Fine. You have your way if you'll have mine, Winter Harrison. It is a deal you cannot break. Sir? Oh, God. We're not going to down this, are we? Oh, my God. We are going to be bumbling the way back now. With that, I drain my glass in a matter of seconds using a technique I have observed over the years. When I set it down, there is naught but suds. Cyrus is impressed. I am appalled. Oh, this is so nasty. I squeeze my eyes shut and let the wave of warm, trembling feelings wash over me. Mercy, Winter, that was something else. Don't seem impressed. Fucking weirdo. How are you feeling? I answer him with a stare and a shiver. Really? I shake my head. Honestly, now that the wretched experience of an instant is over, I realise I was overreacting. With certainly vile. It doesn't seem to be immediately damaging. It looks like it will take more than one beer to impair my judgment. You say that now. Either that or this stuff's effect is simply delayed. I am fine, I think. Ah, you should be. Yes, I don't really... I realise I might have spoken too soon, as I suddenly feel a bit... as though I'm glowing. It's not a terrible feeling, and I seem to still be myself. All is in order. I don't feel much different at all. Glowing is definitely feeling different. Feeling like you're some sort of God-overseeing creature is definitely a difference. Give it some time. You didn't really drink too much anyway. There isn't usually a whole lot of alcohol in beer. Wonderful. Both of my theories are true. Okay, so what now? Now we begin conversing. Cyrus discreetly points to a man in the corner. I'm going to talk to that man, you take the one at the counter. Try bringing up work and going on from there. Oh, and of course, don't forget to keep where we're from and why we're here a secret. That kind of bartering chip shouldn't even be allowed to you kids. I'm going to talk to him alone? Well, yes. I think that would make him pretty uncomfortable to have both of us ganging up on him. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Don't worry, the bartender is right there. I'm not far either. Nothing will happen to you. It's not that. I'm just not very good at talking to people. You're doing fine with me. You're my superior. Just go over there and give it a try. Fine. This is going to end so badly.